wouldn't have guessed that. Like 107. Okay, so here's, I was thinking you meant like when you were like senior. No, high school. Like, you're that old. Sometimes I'll see stuff and I'll be like, alright, guys. Let's go over some different entries. I'm going to show, if there is going to be like a different set of attacks. Okay, so we're kind of divided in your side attack. So let's start off going over just some basic throwing. Okay. Some main ways to get there: hip throw, solo, or leg throw, and then high toe shoot, which is a hand. Say a lot of hand throw. Single legs go there. Say not hand throwing goes there. So let's look at. Okay, so let's say if I'm here in this over under clinch and I want to, and I go to the side here and I'm grabbing this hip. If he steps his leg behind, I can slide that shoulder out and then so I can throw. So with each throw today, let's review the near attacks. One, extend his shoulder, point it away as we extend our head forward and push his face. Then here we got the Americana, right? And then we've got some different looks on this arm. We step over the head, we can sit back, but we want to control it. This stays under our elbow. If, when you're doing this, he pushes you to the far side, go over his head. Here, we'll be up on an elbow or on your side. Way and push his head. Okay, it's like I'm doing this. When I'm pushing his head, up and away is right. Okay? So that's the basic sort of hip throw. Also from this side crunch here, if I step in here, this is tie toe shoot. That's one of those hand throws. Okay? So from here, your attacks. 1, 3, 4. Finish here, sit back. Control the thumb on arm. Okay. Some context on the leg. So you have the hip throw here. Be down so you can pick them up. He has a high toe there. That's just a hand throw. I didn't do any action. I'm here, and he turns to the base. I'm going to go leg hook. Knee up elbow. Figure 4. Shotgun. Very tough. Okay. That's kind of gone over, right? One other observation. We mentioned this one. We worked with Dixon last time. Is that when I push, you go in, I can come in for saying I'm. Okay, so from here I can throw, or I can go here, do the high toe shoot. Okay? Or if he's turning to get out of my solo, try to get out of my high toe shoot. So, that's what we're looking at. We're going to near side attacks off of the throw. This is what we're working with. Which one were you doing? Hip throw or leg throw? Okay. on my back. You hit him off the mirror lock.
The mirror lock? Kind of like there. It's
You need to move your arm around.
no, it's like when you go. Okay.
If you were doing knee in the sternum, you would. Drop your fast. Yeah.
You don't need to do anything. You want me to like turn it? You get it from trying to set that up off that arm. Oh yeah, go ahead. What's that?
Well, almost. It only makes it seem like that when you have somebody under that. Right. But I will say, like, hold on. Gun center. Pretty damn close. Oh, you are too. How about that? So is he. So is he. So it's like, it's just, you know, if you do like this, you don't get that. You got it. So here and they get the step, and you can't do it. I would have to turn 90 degrees this way.
Push me over. Just like,
Now see, that's when the feet are like, just turn it kind of like what you're doing.
you're not used to it. I love that detail. You're going like this. You're not even used to this.
No, but you need to step out. I mean, my wife drops you and blocks you. You need so my leg on the floor, you would need to do this. Body drop. I'm alright.
That was when I go for a soda, right?
You go for a soda. Yeah. Transition your knee. Or you could drop to the knee. Alright, so take Sandy the way we're doing for today.
Yeah, for sure. You're like, I kind of expect it, so sometimes you do kind of get that.
Well, and then there's from here. Then you go for like more of a start going around. It's kind of like a sacrifice. Yeah,
So you're here.
Yeah.
Because I felt up a little bit, but mainly the leg.
It's more like
the knee tap here.
Yeah.
One is what my son calls it. It's kind of like a suplex. It's not bad. You don't have to do that. I like it because it's like grab this sword. Like pick up.
Okay, guys, time. Some guard pounds. Okay, so that's kind of your next. You're standing, but it's really kind of I classified it with like top position, right? Now, things like that. That's the thing. We talk about this all the time. We're working on the belly, doing everything. Right? Just it throws. Single leg takedown is a big option to get your knee on belly. Some singles you have to pass in ways similar to what we'll pass here. Okay? So let's look at a couple of basic passes to get into knee on belly. And once we get there, let's break down our Forca, which are, it had a shoulder lock. That was the American concept. Okay? We'll also have Forca arm lock. We have some arm locks. The first two I showed a figure 4 with my hands. Okay? And then we'll have some arm ball. Okay? Okay. So let's just let's start very basic here, and we're gonna go into the hip here, but I can't just go straight with my arm. Okay? If I do that, just turn on your side. See that how it collapses it? I want to cup around his hip, and then I'm kind of squaring my elbow in here. Right? Now, what I'm going to back up, and I'm going to go around. Okay? Now, from here, common reaction, he may push this. If he doesn't, I'm looking for this inside bicep. I can trace that down to the hand, right? I can grab the wrist. I'm going to step over here, and this is what we call side control. Slip that off the back. Okay. So, what happens? He'll sit up. Roll him through if he does. Or you can he runs out of slack right there. Okay? Toriano pass, hip and knee control. Here. Boom. Back up and go around. Right? Trace this down. Step over the head. Here. You can finish. Come through. And you can still finish here. If he starts to sit up again, shift your weight north south. Okay. Here. Look how my elbow's flared. Like it's like I'm going forward, but then I back up and I go around. Okay, knee all the way across, and put on the mat. Okay, here. Trace that, step over. Okay. That's a far side we mentioned the second Kimura, seeing his palm or his forearm, either one, he has good base. Like step out with your foot. Yes, right there. Okay, when this happens, I'm going to go here. Boom. Right there. Okay, another place we saw this transition in general. So we're pushing this across and he's fighting it. We go here. Alright, slide over, step. Okay. If he grabs his lapel, couple options. You rip your elbow through to break it out. Right flat. Take it through to pull it off. If he grabs it, or you don't know that, or you can't do it, whatever, forgot, it's not working. Which means you're doing it wrong. Here, raise. Raise. Fall on your side. Hit your knees. Straight here. Look at this for any reason. Let him come up. Okay. Go back to arm. Alright. So, if the knee Toriano here, this off. Right? Go over his arm. Here. If he's gripping in, rip it out. If you can't rip it out, raise his head. Cross your feet. Extend your legs. If that's not working, let him come up. Pull your shin in. You can go for a back take here. You can go over his head for the arm. So you got something more. The only other thing is arm locks. Okay? So look, grab your lapel, stand up, and then fall back. Be careful on that one. That one kind of rough too the other day. I looked good today. So I can stand up, or I can also sort of pose. Alright? Take that posting hand at the thumb. Alright? Be aware that any time you do not have a hand on the mat, you can come into. Right? We did have this question the other day. Go belly down. Go. Keep going. Right. You do a rolling arm bar. There's a couple of things to do. Okay. So you can post the hand, sit around the head arm bar, or you could stand up, sit around the head. Now, you can do also last notes on the floor. You can do it off of here. You can do it off of here. Right? Like, look, when I go over his arm, right here, I've got that. I just got to switch my grip. And that takes it away from his lapel. Now, let's just look at this. Just naturally how we are, he doesn't. We're going to grab one this half. If he does, let's see you grab that. Thank you. Right? Rip it through. Boom. Right? If he's grabbing his pants or his leg, you can't start running that leg scissor chop. And here's an idea, right? It's like I can just come off of it like this. Hobson always showed it, and I did this in a couple of tournaments. To go here, and then step switch, right? And then he would go a step further. And we were working on this series a few months ago, right? We'll get that arm lock. I can switch the triangle here, or I could go on a quad and then switch the triangle. Right? Who's that guy that would do that to you from over? But you can run that series. Nick Gooch has always been in the roundup. I don't know if that's anything about that. Winker? I think it's more of like a guard sort of thing, but kind of like that. But Forca, if more, you got the arm. All right. Any questions on that? I'm sure one. Go first. Step over that head. try to do the side control finish? Yes, step over the hand and then slide off. So step over the well. Okay, so I'm here. Once I grab here, I go one. And then look, live toe, hip down. Step over, slide back. Grab your own wrist instead of your own belt. Grab this wrist. Yeah. Grab your wrist. Now. Head of your then fall back, grab his thumb.
Oh, that's right here.
There you go. And boom. The shin stays in on us. Just like you did, a lot of people pull it out. So they think all arm bars have both legs across that when you leave it in, it kind of wedges the shoulder. Helps you. Yes, now roll. Yeah, now you finish there, you can go roll through and it'll force it. Just that rolling arm.
Probably not, but this summer it's not out there, which I don't think so.
Hey, Davis, he's not feeding you that far arm. Go to his bicep. Now trace it down to his wrist. You just push it against his body. Yes. Now,
Is this like a windshield wiper kind of movement?
you can do the arm bar.
I was going to do the
Kimura. Okay, look. You need to go like this, kind of bend it up a little bit. Now go under. Pull him up on his side. Step over the head. Now slide off his body. Yes. Now lift up and look back. There you go. Only difference in the way you guys are doing it. You guys are doing it. Sorry, you got that.
Knee on belly. I get it better.
Yes, y'all are doing it on your good. So keep waiting. Okay. I'm small down. Right. That's what I call the side control command. Right? To differentiate from when I go north side. Right, so here, boom, there's one. But you can't have a knee up right there. Right? Which is kind of what you guys were doing. Right? But it's just like I like the control here. Right? And then two, this knee is up, I can't do that leg. Break it out where it raises that. Okay.
And you could do this with either lapel. But, oh God.
All I remember is he had like a hand in the too. Okay.
Now, connect your elbow to your hip. So, now, all you're going to do is just there and 2 inches and turn the corner. Starting here. And you're going to step, yes. Yeah, and then turn up the hip and then step up. Right, now when you fall back, let go with this one to grab the thumb. Boom. Yes.
Okay. Dude, I like that.
That frame on the hip is strong. See, I can't. Yes. See, steer that arm. When you go for the hip. Like you go try to get now, watch this one. All right, and I suck this down.
Okay, so get your grip.
When I suck it down, go
Just straight across the collar.
Oh, okay. Now remember, the head cross there, I can roll you, but we're not worried about that.
Yeah.
You just need a post.
Yeah.
So I'm going here, going boom. Curl me up, And lean forward, look to the side.
This is back tape.
So,
Oh, and if I go
yeah, that one you got the arm right. And that's all, you know, man, if you're going forward, it's hard to get that.
I'll get that. I'll get that position a lot for whatever reason. I get that.
I'm gonna come up.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
No, that's one of the, you can get that from the umbrella side. Oh no. Do something for this.
You trying to get that choke?
I don't know what I'm doing. I think I just fix.
Oh, okay. You're doing the back tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just needed that leg out from under. Right. And it could go to a crucifix. Tell you what. It's for more.
Is that what you go for?
Yeah, I was going for oh, yeah.
She comes. You just get your shin, and this could be a hook here. Or it could be a hook.
So instead of setting hook, I just grab the crucifix.
Yeah. And look. Your leg was favorable. Right. Here. Right, like if I go over his head, that'll push the arm bar in the corner. Right? One more. He comes up. So like you can start looking for this. Right? Yeah. Right, and if that's not materializing, you got the arm bar. So it does that whole series in the back. Like you reverse triangles even. Yeah. You were, yeah, I think you were doing some of those type of things.
Yeah, I forget it. Right, but like, if I can show him this arm, deal. So now I can just slide up. That leg was. There's that one, and there's also
Well, that's where.
this one.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. So I'll win it one near some or there's one I just that's all of the arm locks and shoulder locks. You want to try? No, I don't know.
All right, guys, settle up. Okay. That is a pretty solid overview of the joint lines. Right? And some of them are just variations or troubleshoots. Like people will push you off when you go for that new stuff. I remember we worked last week. I showed to Justin and Phil on how, right? And then there's a force side arm lock I didn't get into today. So let's spend the rest of this time working on shows. Okay. I'd say the most common choke is a baseball choke. Okay. That being with and without what we call a loop, right? It's where you basically have your hands like this and one loops around the neck to finish, right? Some people think that loop choke is the baseball choke. It's just a variation. Now I get into that today. Or another thing though, is you can do this no-gi. Willie used to no-gi baseball choke the shit out of me. Well, I'm sure he still does. He called it the twist grip. Okay? And it's basically where you grab your fingers like this. So it can be done. It's a pretty common attack. I even went through a phase when I was like a blue belt where I would do it to people from standing and throw them, like a Yoko with cards, right? But basically, this is the, right? So I would go like this, right? Oops. Nobody ever showed me that. I've seen like this shows that someone to do it. Anyway, but when you're a blue belt and you have no takedowns, what are you supposed to do? But Micah is very good at this show. He choked multiple people unconscious with it, higher ranks, won tournaments with it, choked people unconscious in tournaments. He understands it for whatever reason. He gets it. It's his move. Okay. Now let's look at some ways. Okay. Now some things that we want to think about here. Gripping. How hard I'm gripping. Here's the FYI. I don't grip hard when I finish strokes. If you have everything else that I'm going to talk about in play, the grip is kind of secondary to what's going on. It's just a part of what you do. It's all the things you reinforce the grip. So, here, right? We're going to go here, just against his neck to the tag, and the same thing here. Okay? Now I want to lift his head up a little bit, and then I'm going to disconnect. And look, I was always shown this, posting my head here. Okay? Some other people I hang out with only post their head here. And I'm in this crowd over here, right? That's the way, like, Powder and some of his white belts, that's the way they show. Okay? And then I'll show you in a second the way, like, I did a private Chris Burns last year. And Chris Burns was talking about, he goes to Kessa every time. Right? So, there's multiple methods, and the goal would be to find which one works. Okay, so when I'm here and I disconnect here, head down, and there's my foot. Okay, here. Going like this, come in here. Look, nice and relaxed. Okay, pull his head up, and my elbows are going to start coming together. All right? They already. Yep. Okay. Now, I'll mention one other. I disconnected, but I can go over his arm, like that arm wrap we've been talking about. Okay. We disconnected, just clock around. Head over here, you can set over here. We're going to work in that transition. I showed it to go to north-south today, right? Just a common little thing you can do. Anytime somebody's resisting the gift wrap, pin that on. Right? Pushing your knee off, pin that on. Baseball choke, pin that on. Right? That's the baseball choke. The most basic one you can do. Right? Any questions? Use your eggs. So, just some food. So, you're doing that. Good. And keep it connected.
Which leg did you use? Which leg were you putting my arm on? Was it? It worked. Steve, you good?
Jackson. Yeah, it was his right leg. Because he switched his hips around to his right leg.
This is all good. You had more space. As far as the baseball bat, like distance.
Just kind of go
Go again.
and then
Your pride's
just turn that, lift me up a little bit. And then turn, right?
Yeah.
Once you got the pull.
And it's exactly what you said about you don't have to grip hard.
Yeah, no, that was.
We said that that's awesome. Like, I'm gonna do it. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's like autumn and it's half this and everything.
Right, so
Sprawl like yeah. Yep.
I like to sprawl.
I got
I like to come north south and even stand up.
That's brutal.
I've only got the shit.
Doing all right over there again?
Oh, you think so? So with the leg, are you slider passing through?
He was slider and we kind of make a top.
So through, like here.
Yeah, my head stays on the on the
There you go, yeah. Far side head folks.
You know, I've only ever hit the choke once.
I've hit it a bunch over the years, but I used to always post my head on the near side, which works for me, you know. But that's the guess of it.
You're just sitting there like
He didn't even have to do nothing.
that's why it's not there. Let me try.
I didn't even feel it, and then I'm like, I'm about to go and punch.
What's crazy is I could drive you.
What? I like that way more.
It'll be sneaky because like usually people freak out on the choke because they feel like something here, but since it's back there, I'm like, oh whatever. I want that. I want that. I want that. Them thinking, dude, I'm good. Oh, I'm not good.
Hey guys, let's do this. Let's go over just some other methods. Okay. I call that block. Right? Disconnected off of them when cocked around. Close to your shin. Call that arm line. You're still going around close to your head over the right? You could sprawl. And you can go to Kessa. And then one other one, which I use less, but you could roll across their body. And that, you know, here's cross, like on the arm. So maybe it is worth talking about. The best people I've ever trained with, one guy trains real good. Sublime, the lead singer Sublime's, he died. Everyone knows this, obviously. And his son is now in the band. This guy, John, I trained with him a couple years ago, years ago. Trained in the gym in California. He does security. Cool dude, really cool dude. He happened to be doing a seminar and hit me up, and Joel and I know last one. But he showed that rolling. Okay. So go over some options. So let's look. The sit through is really similar to the arm bar, right? And I'm sitting through to chest. Okay, so pull some slack out, disconnect, and slide down and start pulling your hips forward. Like that, right? So that's an option. Again, disconnecting and cocking and opposed to do that side. Just sprawl. Right? And you can roll. Come up on top of me.
I'm just gonna accept the
feet there.
Let's look at one more option. One of the guys might have been choked unconscious in the tournament and injured. This scenario. Right? So, I roll. So I throw it over here. Just
Just, yeah, keep it. You ain't gonna take my back. No, that's
So baseball shows. It's like that's what I call it. Like the darts. You can flow through different positions. Right? Anaconda. Same thing. So some different looks on the baseball. Again, you can sprawl off of them, you can sit through off of them in the cassette. If they come up, roll them back over. If they take your back, finish them in. Just like getting into that corner. It's got a whole game on it. Similar. Getting into this choke. Right? And again, like just looking at Micah hits this a lot. You know, the however many he's been training, probably less than 5 years, I think. Right? But and seeing him get it in tournaments, or he does like that, those little transitions where you roll them over, right? And two, there's counters, right? When we do it on bottom, inviting the guard.
He did it to me when I was in Turkey.
Yeah. See, it's just like, and then that's that. Know the way broadly Steve in all things. Whatever, whatever.
Side note: if you choke someone unconscious, the protocol is now
Lay him on their side.
I just walked away.
I've heard follow up on that. Lay him on their left side. All right. So, reasons for that. If they seize, or if they basically throw off their mouth. It's like this. There's a term for it. Basically, it's like this. Foamy. Jump. And I've only seen in all of the times of waking people up, one person do that. Right? And but what used to be,
And then they're just gonna
choking themselves. Yeah, so turn them on their side and just monitor. They should wake up. They'll wake up in 60 seconds, start playing and get called. Like that's one time I actually didn't wake up. And I was called and then he came in. Right? Because it's gonna take another 30 seconds to call in. It'll be 5 minutes for the dinner or whatever. If you're lucky. So it was just like, yeah. But they should come back within less than 30 seconds. Sometimes it's depends on the severity and like. But the problem is like sometimes when you are choking somebody and they go out, there was no tap. So how long did you hold on to it? Right? So if there's that delay on how long. All right, do some of those baseball finishes and we'll roll. Okay? Yes, sir.
This is I was holding one you a couple weeks ago when you said you start about that.
This is a pretty like I said, I'm 6 years. And I'm in it. So we got all
my leg. Shut up. Do I just go to like a normal cat or am I trying to like roll with
Let's go under.
with my leg?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's gonna make it really
I'm like up.
It's slides right there.
See, when you're sliding a hip like that, you have weight on that choke. Versus if you move, you're just moving a lot of your weight on the back. I've got that weight up in the choke, and I'm gonna do something.
Yeah.
So go both arms on this side, right? So, and then you can hop down. There you go. All right, and then just curl that in. Yes.
Yeah, we keep that.
Right, and then go to your preferred.
I like this one.
I think he's quit.
Was it here?
I was up there watching that.
So, you said that's all at once. Arm right,
That's how.
and then just
But it was like
I was like, with it.
and I get the finish, and Jerry just looks at me.
and then you got the cross stroke.
I want it to walk
Then there's arm triangle.
That's the weirdest thing, right?
Yeah.
Down there, you're like really easy to walk.
Let's try that again.
He's not gonna give you that. Like, you know, like somebody like takes the kid, you know, but
So what did you do? Just like slide it across?
Yeah, that's all it was. Because, like, you know, the first one, you slid down.
No, so the same. That's what I should have done.
That's all it was, yeah. But, like, you don't know what you don't know.
It's crazy how I remember that. It's not here. I came back in 21 for a few months. That's where I remember meeting you. I met Joel. I met Kevin. Met Brett.
But that's the main.
You get it. I've got like 5. I'll block your hip and you do that ride. So that's a common thing people are going to do.
Over that arm?
Yeah, just like that. Knee slides, pin it. Same one, just if I'm blocked.
That's crazy.
let's do some rolling. Let's do odd man out. Justin, you be odd man out.
Yes, sir.
So that means all you, we black and blue belts kill each other until Justin